Hello, my name's Kevin. I'm an injured worker from London, Ontario, dealing with the Workers' Compensation Board, WSIB, here in Ontario. Just basically, I have a group on Facebook called WSIB has to change the way it treats people. Come check us out.
My name's Edward South. I'm an injured worker also. Going through a lot of not only physical pain but mental grief with WSIB and the system and the way they run things. And we would just like to get people together because, you know, we're human beings too, and we have rights that are seriously being ignored and abused by the system. And our intention is to make you, the public, aware of this, get you on our side, and maybe get the change that needs to be brought to this seriously corrupt system.
I myself this year alone have started a series of what I call public info type anti-W.S.I.B protests to help inform the public. And Edward joined me now in the last couple now that I've had. And I also have another friend from Occupy London, Daniel. He's joined me on about 4 or 5 now. So we're kind of building up this, we're talking to the public as much as we can, and I think we're getting a pretty good response for the small protests that we do. But again, any amount is good. We're having a big one in Toronto on April 26th. It's a Thursday at 200 Front Street. Invite everybody, come on out and show your support.
Exactly. Be there. Everybody counts. It isn't just about injured workers and their family who are also affected. It's about everybody. Because this is just one example of the things that are going wrong in our world today. How the John public is being abused by that controlling factor. The 1% that you've been hearing so much about. We need everyone together, and one of my biggest complaints personally is how do you get people to stand together and voice their opinion? Because it's not only our right, it's our obligation.
And also some of the events that are also coming up this month, April 28th, it's a Saturday, is the day of mourning for workers killed or injured on the job. London and District Labour Council is holding this at the Toll Puddle Cooperative Common Room, 380 Adelaide Street North in London. There's a light lunch to follow the service. Guest speakers are Len Elliott from OPSU, LDLC HNS Committee Patty Dalton, President, Irene Matheson, MP for London Fanshawe, Teresa Armstrong, MPP for London Fanshawe. So come out and join us that day. You can learn a lot that day also about why we're fighting so hard.
Yeah, there's lots of issues. For example, KPMG just released a report suggesting to the government how they run the new WSIB system. And it is just wrong, all the things about it. It is totally unfair. Injured workers in this country are already being abused and tied up in appeals and being tread on by the government. And this report suggests that they escalate it to a Nazi level. Like, the one thing I hope is that none of you people out there ever end up in our position being an injured worker, because this system is strong on abuse. I'm starting to think the people that run it are actually un-Canadian.
Yeah, it's true. The amount of most injured workers can't afford lawyers, so therefore they give up. And it's important that you don't give up. We need to stick with this. And as hard as it is, they count on it because it saves them money. And the longer they can drag the appeals out, the more money they save. Like last year alone, the new KPMG recommendations is basically denying claims off the start, initial claims. And in the first 7 months of 2011, between January and July, they saved $631 million by denying initial claims. That's outrageous. That needs to stop. They're trying to eliminate the appeals process because they say they're too good to injure workers. They give us too much chances to appeal.
That's a laugh. I've personally been off work for 20 months now. I don't want to bore you with a description of my case, but let me just say that after being forced to work at a job where WSIB came to the plant at my request finally and told my employer I shouldn't be working at, they worked me until I injured my right side on top of my left. Thank God I got laid off, and since then it's been nothing but problems. I'm caught up in this appeal process Kevin was talking about, and thankfully I have the Office of the Worker Advisor working with me because they know my claim is legitimate. But they have me tied up in appeals. I haven't had any income at all in 20 months now, and I'm being ignored. Finally, after my doctor orders an MRI to my right shoulder to see some of the damage, the tears in the rotator cuff and that, WSIB for the first time acknowledged that claim for my right side that they rolled into my left side and forgot about. But they still have me tied up forever.
Yeah.
And I don't just suffer, my family suffers too.
Yeah, and they put deadlines on it, so the injured workers have to appeal whether they have a representative or not within a certain period, or lose out on the chance of even appealing anything.
Yes.
You know, and they can make any decisions to cut you off at any time, and it just forces you to have to appeal the system. And it's so corrupt that way, because most of the decisions be overturned in the end forces 3 years of poverty in the appeal system, and it's not right, and it needs to change. MPPs need to be informed about the changes and about the past changes, and try to stand up for injured workers.
Yes, I agree totally. The WSIB is not a good thing.
No.
Not the way it's currently run. Like, I'm starting to think that it's a government-condoned gang of thugs and nothing more. The dollar matters, not the injured worker, not his family, not you if you get injured tomorrow.
Yeah. Especially David Marshall, the president and CEO of the WSIB, he gets a 20% incentive bonus for implementing basically these sets of recommendations, and that's $80,000 that he gets a year put into a tax or an income interest collecting account, pay out after 5 years when he's done his term. And that's outrageous. That's like $500,000 when he leaves office, and the injured workers are the ones that will suffer. Corporations and companies through the WSIB rate or safety group system got close to $39 million in rebates last year. That's benefit money that is premiums paid by the employers for benefits for injured workers, not premiums that should be paid back to companies.
Well, Kevin, this is our first run at making videos. I'm sure you've already noticed we're not a couple of actors. In fact, I can't even talk right because I can't afford to get my plate fixed.
Cool.
But anyways, I have a letter I read at one of our protests on video. It's already out there on YouTube. I'd just like to read it again, because this is a pretty good description of the way that the WSIB system runs. Claim number 123456789. Dear victim, despite the valid and indisputable proof that you were injured while performing your assigned job, let it be known that we shall do our best to prove that your injury is a direct result of some pre-existing condition, such as arthritis, cancer, or anything that's totally unrelated to that actual workplace injury that you're suffering from. Should you not agree with our decision to blame your injury on something else and decide to pursue your rightful claim, rest assured that our adjudicators are all prepared to distort facts, lie about what you said during your telephone conversations, and do anything they can to prevent you from establishing your legitimate claim and being treated fairly and justly. If that doesn't work, we'll tie you up in appeals and drag things on for so long there's no way you'll be able to possibly survive. At that point, you'll be happy to return to any type of work as a battered, abused, and broken down human being. And as usual, we will have won once again. Good luck with your claim. Yours truly, I see you lost. And that pretty much sums up the way the WSIB runs their organization.
And he has that made up on a big sign, which I'm trying to encourage everybody to try to just get creative. Let's get our message out. You know, make as many signs or videos, or stand out and talk to the public if you can. You know, we need to get this word out. Injured workers aren't always able to get out themselves, and we need all the help we can get. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. There's just one more thing I'd like to mention, Kevin. We're going to be out there on every street corner all the time until somebody finally listens to us. We're hoping that yous will come out and join us if you see us out there. Spare 5 minutes.
Or take a picture, post it on Facebook or on Twitter, you know, let people know that we are out there. People see us out there, you know. Exactly.
And no, petitions don't hold any weight in this country, apparently. We're in the process of putting together a petition to stop them prevent them from putting the KPMG report clad in stone, and asking for reform of the WSIB and the WCB Act all across this country. It is not right the way the injured worker is further injured as a result. So we're putting together this petition, and when you see us out there, sign that petition. Show us that you're not afraid to stand beside us and back us in what is a legitimate fight for fair and just conditions. Thank you, and have a great day.
Yep. Look forward to more videos.